So what is your definition of snitching? Because what I grew up on back in the day, in the 90s, late 80s, 90s, early 2000s, was a snitch is a person that, or snitching was a person that if me and you go do a crime together, I get caught and I tell on you to get reduced time, or I just tell on you because I'm weak. That was ultimately snitching. So the new definition of snitching, according to the internet and everybody that's on the internet talking, is all kind of different things. Now you can't even talk to police. You can't clear yourself. Even if you don't exonerate anybody, you can't talk to the police at all. And that's kind of crazy to me, because think about how wild it is to say something like that when I can guarantee you this will apply to you too. If you grew up in the inner city, in the hood like I did, I know countless people that have got locked up. All my friends was getting locked up in and out of jail from even middle school, for some of them high school when we was grown. And you mean to tell me that nobody ever talked to the police? Not saying that they snitched, but they didn't talk to the police. Everybody said, I'm lawyer up. I ain't saying nothing. Come on, man. You gotta be kidding me. If you really believe that, then you just from this internet age and you don't know what's going on. So today I'm here to talk to you about this T.I. and Boosie situation. I wasn't going to speak on it, but I decided to because I got some valid points I want to get out there, and hopefully it makes sense to you. First thing first, I want you to tell me in the comments what your definition of snitching is and explain it to me. Now, it is variations of snitching and different things. You got snitches. Then you got also what I believe to be informants, confidential informants, people that work with the police and tell on people. That's a different thing. Snitching is me and you do a crime. We get caught. I get caught, and then I tell on you. That's snitching, right? But like I said, it's a new definition. I don't know if it's because the internet and all this talking, but if you believe that these rappers and these entertainers is not talking to the police, you might want to go do your research, man. But anyway, man, I'm OG Bo Beats. Welcome to OG Bo Beats TV, sneakers, news, and stocks. Please make sure if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video. We about to get into it real quick. So we're going to break down this T.I. and Boosie situation. If you don't know, Boosie went on Vlad. He had, he's a reoccurring guest on Vlad, and I watch him all the time. And he recently went on Vlad, and one of the first things Vlad, the butcher, asked him was how he feels about the T.I. situation. Now, here's the thing about it. I don't think Vlad was wrong, because if you know, I spoke out about Terrance Gangsta Williams, who is Birdman's brother, who was doing time in Angola, wherever he was at in Louisiana State Penitentiary, done 20-something years, and supposedly he came on Vlad and admitted to giving the police some murders that was committed by some dead people, and that got him out of jail. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Boosie came on after that and completely tore him down, said he can't mess with him, he disappointed, he's ratting, that's not stand up, blah, 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 right? So essentially, T.I. admitted to doing the same thing, all right? And then Boosie came on Vlad TV and commented about it. But check this out. We're going to watch this clip from Forgotten Kings, and I'm going to do a reaction to it. So, yeah, let's check this out.
What's going on, world? It's Xiaomi Sensei, and I'm back again with another video. Today we got...
Hey, big shout out to Forgotten Kings TV, man. Go subscribe to my guy if you haven't. He got some dope content. He break down this situation with T.I. and Boosie and give all the facts. So just stay tuned.
T.I. finally addressing Boosie, calling him out on Vlad TV yesterday. That's right, y'all. For those who missed it, Boosie finally addressed the viral video of T.I. admitting to snitching on his deceased cousin, and we finally got T.I. responding. Before we get into what T.I. had to say, let's check out this clip so you can get context to what's going on, and I will catch you afterwards with T.I.'s response and my commentary. All right, with that being said, let's get right to it.
Pull us over. I have a gun. Why are we going through?
So I'm going to speed it up a little bit. That's a little too fast, though. We're going to go back back a notch. All right, let's try this.
Court pressing. And so we caught no gun case, two that, and you know, my lawyer said, well, you know, I can make everything go away if it was Yecheil. After he had passed, I had a talk with him. What you say? Say, I take all the charges you got.
Now hold on. So that when I first seen this clip, that's one of the first things that made me scratch my head. Like, you know, T.I. said what the lawyer told him, but then he said after he passed, I had a talk with him. Like, come on, man. Like you playing games right there. This is something you don't play about, because T.I., you already had a bunch of allegations under your name for the Fed case that happened for the BET Awards when you was a convicted felon, right? Somebody told on you supposedly, but you only got a year and a day with all type of high-powered assault weapons and everything, right? Far as I know. You did the Crime Stoppers commercial. You also got caught with a bunch of pills or whatever, as far as the news say, with Tiny out in California the one time. So, I mean, come on now. Your dead cousin ain't talk to you. Stop playing.
If you can walk away free and put it on me, goddamn right. So is that what boys giving you shit about because you put it on? Nah, hell nah. Okay. Don't nobody know about that. I just volunteered. Don't nobody know that.
You see what I'm saying? He playing games. He said nobody knew about that. Now, mind you, people been playing with Tip name for a minute. And we all been low-key defending Tip, but like, you know, ain't no paperwork. 50 Cent been calling him out for years. And most recently, and we going to talk about it, but Charleston White really was getting on him.
I'm just being honest here. That's the only time I done ever said and gave no information about no, because that's my cousin, my big cousin. He was dead, and he told me that it was okay. Okay, so is that album coming out? No. Oh, so you haven't finished out?
So this Boosie right here on Vlad, he just asked him, is the album coming out? Him and T.I. was supposed to do a joint album, which we was all waiting for after the Charleston White situation that they both got themselves into trying to defend their sons. Charleston White went ham on him on the internet, because you know that's what he do. And T.I. right here, Boosie right here is saying the album not coming out.
Album with T.I. that's not coming out.
No, because it ruined everything.
Because of that.
It ruined everything. I woke up with my fucking phone, everything full. Like Boosie, you cannot do an album. Boosie, my real fans like Boosie, you the last one left.
Now, moments ago, T.I. responded to Boosie with a post that reads, yeah, so I don't know if it's you or your OG uncle that needs to see it, but I got my paperwork ready to show. Pull up. My number's the same and my address is the same. To get on the net and speak on issues never spoke to.
So this right here is T.I.'s response to Boosie on the Vlad TV interview. And it's a bunch of Twitter fingers type stuff, if you ask me. T.I. came on here and wrote this telling him to pull up, call him. Why you didn't call him? I mean, yeah, you could say Boosie should have called him, but I mean, Boosie got asked a question that was already being asked and being posed by a lot of people. So I really don't blame Vlad or Boosie for that. He asked him the question. Now, Boosie could have chose not to answer it, but we all know that wouldn't have been stand up. That would have been some you know, that would have been some homeboy politics if Boosie hadn't answered it. Now, I'm not even finna let all this play. You can read that. But the bottom line is Tip is basically defending himself from what Boosie said. Talk about you can check his paperwork. But T.I., you shouldn't have never said the mess you said. Both of y'all wrong. Yeah, Boosie should have probably called you if that's your homeboy. I would have called him too. But in reality, they probably not homeboys like that. They industry homeboys. You know, we got some money homeboys. We famous homeboys. They not go back in the day homeboys. Now, as my go back in the day homeboys, yeah, I probably would have picked up the phone and called you. You know, when Boosie was locked up, T.I. was screaming, free Boosie, free Boosie. They them kind of homeboys. That was all clout. Their whole friendship is clout. All right, and you know, T.I. say what T.I. gonna say. You know, we expect T.I. to come back and say that he's standing on what he's standing on. But to me, it's cap. All right, so we're not even gonna play that. Too much of that. Let's see where we can go.
See, I expected more from you. This ish ain't solid. Obviously, I thought we was something. We wasn't. Wow. Now again, that was T.I. responding to Boosie calling him out yesterday on Vlad TV after Boosie was asked his opinion on this viral video of T.I. admitting to snitching on his deceased cousin. Now, because of this backlash, according to Boosie, he decided to, you know, pull away from the collab album he had planned with T.I., and even went as far as to calling T.I. a rat. Like I said, he didn't hold back. Hit the link in the description if you missed everything that Boosie said about T.I., but we already knew T.I. at some point was going to address this because, you know, let them tell it. You would think that they have, you know, friendship, a brotherhood, that they were close, right? But hearing T.I. say what he just said about, being blindsided by Boosie, not even getting a phone call to let him know, hey, I'm about to go on Vlad to address this viral video of you. Is there anything you want to, let me know before I go up there and speak my thoughts? Nah. According to T.I., Boosie went up there on his own agenda, and here we are. I will say, if this is...
All right, so that's basically it in a nutshell. I don't know if Boosie responded yet. This is a few days afterwards. I think Boosie may have. He's still doing the Vlad interview. It was actually more that came out about this situation if you're still watching the Vlad interview. But here's the bottom line. I'm going to try to cut this off and not make this video too long, man. It's too much talking and gossip going on the internet. Too many people is talking about things that they truly, truly don't know about. All right? Talking about a street code that in reality don't exist. It's a code that's made by convicts and people doing crimes and things that's really not good for you. So is that the type of code you want to follow? Go in any of these comments, you're going to see people, first of all, you're going to see people changing their tune depending on whose video or who post is made. A lot of people was coming to T.I. defense. On a lot of other videos, a lot of people coming to Boosie defense. It's all internet cap, bro. People wake up every day with a different opinion about who's who and what's what. So to me, it all really means nothing. All right. These type of guys, man, I'm going to tell you something. The T.I.s and the Boosies, their rap career is pretty much done for, right? Just because they OGs, they had a good run. But these kind of guys is getting played out, man. You're on the internet too much. Boosie pop up on Vlad every other month. T.I. always in some controversy. He was beefing with Charleston White. He was beefing with people with Black Lives Matter. He was beefing with Kodak Black. He always got something going on. He really need to fall back. But T.I.'s ego is obviously, like he said in the song, the soul of a 7-foot giant or whatever he say. That's one of his problems, man, because the Charleston White situation really had them looking crazy, which is why this is even more crazier, because both of them was beefing with Charleston White at the same time. Now they're both low-key beefing with each other. I don't know if it's a real beef. I think Boosie truly doesn't want this to be what it is, but T.I. had to defend himself, and then Boosie's gonna have to defend himself. Charleston White is in the background laughing his butt off because he called it from the jump about T.I. being a snitch and Boosie not being real and blah, blah, blah. And right now they basically, showing us what Charleston White was saying. So the question poses, what's even the value of being in the streets at this point, man? So many people is snitching and telling you gonna go to jail, right? What's the point? So when it's people in the comments, man, sometimes I'll post something in various comments and people will try to argue me down. This gotta be very young-minded individuals, which I'm sure it is in most cases. But what's the value of being one of these guys right here, right? These guys are millionaires and they really are just vultures, right? Not in the sense of a what people call Vlad and Adam 22 a vulture, but they're vultures in a certain sense because they selling you this street image and dream, which is really not true. Boosie went to jail, right? And he did about 4 years and he, supposedly was on death row and all of that. But then everything fell on a 15, 16-year-old kid that we all know Boosie was involved with, but we ain't gonna talk about that one on this one, right? T.I. been in and out of jail, but ain't never really did no real time. Neither one of these dudes should be on the internet talking too much. So at this point in time, 2023, who is thriving from being a street dude other than most of these rappers that's selling you this dream? Because all I see on YouTube and on the internet is documentaries about dudes that been to prison for 30 years and came home, right? One of the biggest of all time, BMF, Big Meech, free Big Meech, but he locked up for 30 years. Who else? Right? Everybody else is dead or in jail, or they on the internet telling their story right now. So who's really thriving from being a street dude? So I want y'all to think about that, right? I hope there's some young cats watching this and think about that, because it's really no win-win on this situation. It's a lose-lose. All right? Right now we got a generation of followers and people on the internet that just want to do what they think is cool because this is what they see. All right, and Boosie and T.I., if you really want to make this right, y'all need to get together, squash the beef, and it is what it is. I don't think it's gonna happen because I think Boosie gonna stand on his code. But I think deep down he really want to squash the beef, and he hoped T.I. really didn't do that. Which brings me to this point. T.I. did show some paperwork, right? Let me pull this up real quick. Boom, right? Now, T.I. posted this on his Instagram, and I'm going to read what the caption says. It said, FYI, can't nobody who got their name and other people's paperwork question me about mine. What does that mean? Is he saying Boosie got his name in people's paperwork? I got it on me. We can have a paperwork party. Pull up. Now, I'm going to tell you that you can't really see nothing from what he posted. But big shout out to Seti Nash, right? Go follow and like Seti Nash. He did a video where he examined the paperwork. He got the copies. And in the paperwork, Clifford Harris, a.k.a. T.I., his name is nowhere in the paperwork. So I'm not sure what T.I. is talking about on his paperwork. It does say that whatever happened got, because of the police, they suppressed the motion, whatever, all of that legal talk. But his name is not in the paperwork. So that's a little odd to me. All right. But, I'm going to tell you something like this. If you're a real cat, you just got to be a stand-up cat. It's a lot of ways to prove that now without trying to be in the streets and without crashing out. We have a generational curse of people crashing out and thinking that's cool, right? It's cooler to come home from doing time in the pen than it is to come home from graduating college or joining the military and coming home and all of that type of stuff, or working a regular 9-to-5 job. That's the problem with the culture right now. And that's really causing us a lot of issues and harm, because it's a lot of kids that's influenced by this. As we see, the cycle of crashing out continues. So we just got to do better at the end of the day, man. I didn't want this video to go this long, but I'm going to sign off on that note, man. T.I., Boosie, I hope y'all get it together. But right now, y'all looking real bad. And y'all bringing no value to anybody on the internet. This is whack. This is weak. This snitch conversation is getting old. We talking about it way too much. We should be talking about things that matter, right? Trying to invest, trying to build businesses, trying to build up the community, trying to get people on the right track, because right now we're off track as a whole. So hopefully, somebody watch this and take something out of it. But hey, man, it is what it is. That's my 2 cents on T.I. and Boosie situation, man. Big shout out to everybody, Forgotten Kings, for me using the video. It's your man OG Bowl Beats. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, share the video, and I'm out. Peace.